Michigan messed up again. It looks like this time the results are going to be final or follow. Well, maybe you've seen what came out today. It's been anticipated. So we have new allegations against Michigan's head coach, Moore, and related to Stallions. Um, New allegations are part of the long anticipated notice of allegations related to Stallion's off campus scouting operation. Uh, so basically, what's happening with this is Michigan is going to get handed down some penalty for cheating. And even though they don't use the word cheating, this is a review of ESPN's article that came out today. Basically, they're saying that Moore has the potential to be a repeat offender of what happened in 2023. And, you know, here's the thing, more stuff just keeps coming out. It's obvious that the NCAA feels a little bit of unrest with what happened with Michigan. Now, if you think about it, Moore was accused of an allegation of contacting recruits during the COVID dead period. In other words, which I find that awfully, weirdly, horribly named, but they didn't want for a specific period of time for coaches to contact recruits because there was more time than usual. More schools have different resources than other schools, and even though they weren't playing football, they were banned. And Moore did that. He still did it under Harbaugh. And there's a bunch of people. Now, think about this. Harbaugh, I'll scroll down here to show you. Harbaugh, who left Michigan to coach the Chargers, which we all know that, okay? Basically, that says he can't come back to coach college football. And if he does, he's going to have a show cause restriction. So I don't ever see Harbaugh coming back. What does that tell you? If you were this is what I'm saying. If you were a head coach and you just won the national championship and you're getting accused and you're innocent and you can prove that you're innocent, then why wouldn't you stay and become the greatest head coach of all time? Everybody knows that Michigan was a very, very bad program. They were not winning championships until Harbaugh got there. And Harbaugh replaced a decade's worth of coaches who had maybe a year or two of decent record and a decent bowl game, but they never made it to the college football playoff championship. They weren't winning the Big Ten. Ohio State was smacking them upside the face every time they had their rival game at the end of the season. And then all of a sudden there's a complete shift. So, again, this report is, basically saying Moore's going to be busted too. And what's that going to do to the program? So I think Michigan's doomed. It says here that the spokesman from Michigan said, "Our athletic department and university continue to cooperate with the ongoing investigation. We do not have an update to share regarding its status at this time." And so, again, it is just a notice of allegations, but if you look in the past, Michigan's doomed. Which is funny because I just yesterday did a review of Steve Dace's Crystal Ball, which really had nothing to do with Michigan, but I did say at the end that I think more is gonna happen with that situation, and they need to get to it before the season starts. What does that do for a lot of people's predictions? It's gonna hurt because if they're banned from the postseason, or the worst case scenario, they're gonna have to negate their championship trophy. Um, Ohio State got smacked down several years ago, and they had to negate a lot of stuff, and they had a postseason ban. So Stallions resigned in early November following a week of public reports in his scheme of purchasing tickets around the game. We all know that. The The draft obtained by ESPN states that investigators used ticket information, film, photographs, and interviews to determine the Stallions had impermissibly scouted. Check this out: 13 future Michigan opponents on at least 58 occasions between 2021 and 2023. What does this say? This says that Stallions was the lead under the direction of Harbaugh and Moore, the offensive coordinator that led Michigan last year to over half of its wins. Harbaugh was out for 6 regular season wins, and then you got to credit him with every other win because obviously they didn't need Harbaugh in the game to win. So Moore is just as guilty as Harbaugh. And I think this is a punishment that needs to be handed down to Michigan, as well as everybody else that's not a Michigan fan. Find me one. I have yet to find one Michigan fan that admits to this stuff. Now, a lot of people turn a blind eye to this, and I don't know. My school has been through some allegations, and we're able to make it through, but I still feel like this is much different. This is an allegation that stems as far as NIL money, stems as far as getting recruits to your school illegally with state money. University of Michigan is a state-funded school. Big Ten's in a little bit of trouble. The last couple of years, there have been a lot of people who have been in trouble, and including Michigan State. I mean, it's just not good.